Hi, this is Kevin Zuccaro from NAMM 2024 for SCORE Magazine. I'm going to talk about a few of our new products, old products. This product is fairly new. It's actually a pair of headphones. It's our Focus Headphones Mixing System. So it's not only comfortable headphones, it also comes with software called RealPhones by D-Sonic. Now this is going to revolve and change whatever, but you can check out on RealPhones D-Sonic website. What it does, it simulates different acoustic spaces, different studio rooms, different size rooms, different studio monitors, so you can hear them all through your headphones. For instance, we have our FX series and our Image series within the software, so you can listen to our monitors through the headphones. So the D-Sonic RealPhone software is very powerful. Besides the Focus headphones, which we decided to put new, more comfortable ear pads on them as well. So this is our Focus mixing system. I'm going to take you over here to show you some of our other products. I guess the next thing I'm going to show you is our interface, recording interface. This is a 2-in, 2-out, 24-192 recording interface. So it's what's striking about it. Not only is all the controls are on an angle like this, so everything's easy to get to, but it's built kind of like a tank. The whole thing's aluminum. This is solid aluminum knob. There's 48 volts. There's all the things you need for recording. Level control and line in, instrument in. It's USB 2.0 right now. Our next version is going to be USB-C. There's also an input for external power, so that you can run your iPad from this as well. You'll notice there's 2 sets of outs. We're a studio monitor company, so we figure people will buy our monitors and maybe another pair of monitors. So it's a speaker switcher as well. So there's some functionality as far as monitoring in your studio with the SRI2. So that's SRI2. These are older monitors called the FX series, which we launched about 5 years ago. So they're coaxial in design, meaning the high frequency sits in the middle of the low frequency, so that every frequency comes from one point in space, one axis. Everything's coaxial. So we have an 8-inch two-way. We have a 5-inch two-way. The 5-inch is called the FX50. 8 is called the FX80. There is some functionality on the back. The 50 is 90 watts, the 80 is 110. We've got dip switches for controlling contouring. So low frequency cutoff, high frequency trim, mid frequency trim, low frequency, acoustic space. There's TRS in, XLR in, and RCA. Both identical as far as the inputs and outputs and functionality on both the FX series. The reason we have this old product here at 24 NAMM is because we've redone the voicing. We've optimized the frequency response with some more EQing. So we've made that default EQ as flat and as great sounding as possible. We've wanted to do this revision for a long time, and we're finally doing it. This one's done already. We're still working on the revision for this. Sounds 20-30% better than it sounded before. Next, we talk about the subwoofer. So this is the FC10S 200 watt Class D subwoofer with a 10-inch woofer. You'll notice the port, it's an angle fire port. So it's not down firing, it's not front firing, but you do get some loading off of the ground as the energy comes out from the backside of the woofer. Inputs, there's TRS and XLR input, TRS and XLR output. There's a ground lift switch. There's also a cool thing where the default setting is flat, but you can do an 80 hertz boost as well. So I believe that's about a 4 dB boost for dance. Depending on how that sounds in your studio, you may want to try that. That's FC10S. We also have an 8-inch subwoofer called the F8S. Moving right along, I'm going to mention our stands. So these are our DS5 stands, and they're DS8. The 5 is for 5-inch monitors, 4-inch monitors, any monitor, not just ours. So the DS5 studio monitor stands. You can assemble them two ways. On this front photo, you can see it's kind of a low, kind of a shorter stand. There's also, you can only assemble it one way. So you assemble it either the short way or the tall way. So there's longer legs, you can assemble it this way. And there's rubber feet. And depending on how you assemble it, you can do it with angle, because there's a lot of rubber feet in there with different angles. So you assemble it one way, it's set in your studio. It provides acoustic isolation because of the rubber, and it gets it off of your desktop. It's important for the coaxial because you want the tweeter on ear level. Let me move right on over here to our new products. So we launched this earlier this year, I believe in February or March. It's called the Image 2. And this is a 3-way, 4-driver, all-powered monitor. So there's 2 powered 8-inch woofers on the side, which are basically act as the low frequency of these. These are flat down to 40 hertz. They're joined, the woofers are joined in the middle with a screw in order to dampen out resonance to the cabinet. So in the middle, I mentioned there's that, we call it, I forget what we call it in the manual, but it basically acts as a brace in the middle of the cabinet to dampen resonance. It has a 5¼ inch aluminum cone mid-range with a shorting ring on the magnet structure to minimize distortion, and also an AMT ribbon tweeter, which maybe looks familiar. Adam, Eve, Head. A lot of people use these because the transient response is so fast and they're such a great sounding high frequency device. Image 2 also has 2 functions, extra functions. One of them is called Cube Mix Mode. Cube Mix Mode basically is another EQ that's in here that basically turns the flat response into a cube. So it's a full range, mid-range. So it kind of turns off almost everything but the mid-range to mimic that mix cube that's on your console. The other feature is we've partnered with SonarWorks, and if you calibrate your studio with SonarWorks, you can export the calibration file and upload it to the DSP on the speaker. So you don't have to be running Sound ID all the time in your DAW. You can house it here and then it'll work. And then the Sound ID calibration will work globally, meaning whether you're inside your DAW or outside your DAW, you'll be calibrated for the room. So that's Image 2, that's out already. We're working on Image 1, which will be slightly less power, side firing 6.5s, and a 4-inch mid-range, same size AMT. That's it right now. We've got some subs coming for Image series. That'll be probably a dual 10,000 watts, something like that for Atmos applications. We're just showing this white version. A friend asked for these, so we're showing the white just to gauge how people are accepting the white color. And from what we've seen at the show, people love the white color. So anyway, you may see them in the market soon. Anyway, I'm Kevin Zuccaro for Fluid Audio here at NAMM 24 for Score Magazine. Thank you for watching.